All right, let's just jump right in. You know how for decades, humanoid robots always felt like something straight out of science fiction? A cool idea for the movies, but always, way off in the distant future? Well, that future isn't the future anymore. It's here. What we're about to break down is how AI and robotics are crashing together right now, reshaping our world at a speed that almost nobody saw coming. And if you need a sign of just how fast things are moving, look no further than this quote. At the Abundance Summit, Elon Musk just casually dropped this bombshell. This signals a massive speed up in AI, which is the brain that's going to power the robots we're talking about. See, this isn't just about robots that follow commands. It's about robots that can learn and improve all by themselves, getting smarter and smarter at an incredible rate.
So what does this all mean? It means the digital brain of AI and the physical body of a robot are finally coming together. A process that we all kind of thought would take another decade or two is getting compressed into just a few years. The future is literally happening right now.
So where does this new age actually begin? Well, the source material points to a really specific moment, January 2026, at Tesla's factory in Fremont. The prediction is that they're going to shut down 2 of their legendary car production lines. But not to make a new car. Nope. They're making way for the mass production of humanoid robots. It's kind of wild, right? The next industrial revolution might not start with a loud bang, but with the quiet flip of a switch on an assembly line. Okay, so let's meet the star of the show. This right here is the Tesla Optimus Gen 3. And look, you have to understand, this is so much more than just a cool machine. It's an entirely new category of worker. And when you hear the specs, you'll see why this is a complete game changer for pretty much every industry on the planet.
First up, let's talk money, because this is where it gets really crazy. The target price for one of these robots is just $25,000. Think about that for a second. That's less than most new cars. You're getting a tireless worker for less than the price of a mid-range sedan. That single number is a recipe for massive economic disruption.
And if the price tag didn't get your attention, this will. The productivity. Optimus is designed to work for 24 hours straight, continuously. We're not talking about an 8-hour shift with a lunch break. We're talking about a workforce that never sleeps, never takes a day off, and can basically triple the output of a factory almost overnight. And the ambition here, it's just on another level. Fremont is just the start. The new production line they're building down at the Texas Gigafactory is designed to pump out 10 million of these robots every single year. This isn't some niche boutique product. This is mass production on a truly global scale. So let's just do a quick recap of what makes Optimus so revolutionary. First, its hands are incredible. They're so dexterous, so human-like, that it can handle a raw egg without crushing it. But the real advantage, the killer app, is economic. This is a worker that's on the clock 24/7. No breaks, no sick days, no health insurance. It is a pure productivity machine. But you gotta understand, this is not just the Tesla show, not by a long shot. What they've done is basically fired the starting pistol on a massive global robot race. And I mean, everyone is jumping in. All the big tech companies, automakers, robotics firms, they're all scrambling to build their own version of this, and the competition is heating up fast. And the source material paints a really clear picture of where things stand right now. The projection for 2025 shows China is just absolutely dominating this market, shipping over 13,000 units. That's about 90% of all humanoid robots in the world. And their pace is aggressive. I mean, one company, Agibot, reportedly shipped half of its 10,000 total units in just the last 3 months of that period. That's moving at lightning speed. And outside of China, the field is crowded with some serious heavy hitters. You've got Figure AI, which is backed by giants like Microsoft and OpenAI. You've got the legendary Boston Dynamics, set to unveil their new electric Atlas at CES 2026. 1X Technologies has already confirmed consumer delivery for its Neo home robot this year. And even the car giant Hyundai is already testing robots in its own factories. The race is definitely on. Okay, so we've covered the who and the what. Now let's get into the how. How is this actually going to play out in the real world? The source material lays out a very clear 3-phase plan for how these robots will integrate not just into our economy, but into our day-to-day lives.
So phase 1, we're actually already in it. Robots are in factories and warehouses doing repetitive jobs. It's the perfect training ground. Then comes phase 2, projected for around 2027 and 28. That's when you'll start seeing them in places like retail stores, hospitals, and fast food joints. But phase 3, that's the one that changes everything. Between 2028 and 2030, they're projected to come into our homes, doing laundry, cooking meals, cleaning, and even helping with elder care. That's when it gets really personal.
And all of this is leading to what the source calls the Great Convergence. It's a really powerful idea. Think of it this way: a future where digital AI is your cognitive partner. It handles the thinking work, and physical robots are your physical partners, handling all the manual work. It's a completely new paradigm for how we get things done. So with all this change happening, the single biggest question is, right, what's left for us, for humans? And that's exactly where we need to shift our focus. This isn't about just surviving in this new reality. It's about figuring out how to thrive. It's about getting a first-mover advantage.
What this really creates is a new division of labor. We let the robots handle the physical, the repetitive, the task-oriented work, and that frees us humans up to focus exclusively on what we do best: the strategic thinking, the creative problem-solving, and the relational, person-to-person connection. Our value shifts from doing to directing.
And these are the skills that become your new currency in this age of automation. It's about directing the big picture strategy. It's about creating totally new ideas, new art, new businesses. It's connecting with customers and building relationships. And of course, it's leading teams and driving the kind of innovation that no robot could ever replicate. This is where we have to focus. So the key takeaway here, the core strategy, is this: the smartest people and businesses are getting ready for the wave of physical automation by mastering digital automation today. If you use AI to automate your marketing, your operations, all your digital tasks right now, you free up your own time and mental space to double down on those irreplaceable human skills. You get ready for tomorrow by mastering the tools of today. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question. This whole story isn't really about replacement, it's about elevation. When all the tedious, repetitive, physical work is finally taken care of for you, what will you be free to do? What new ideas will you chase? What great things will you build? That is the incredible opportunity right in front of all of us.